Welcome back to Out and About Today. I'm Brent Meredith. In recent years, we've seen Pride events in Tennessee grow and flourish. Building off that momentum, this year will mark the first Franklin, Tennessee Pride. Joining me now to share more is PFLAG Franklin Pride organizer and community leader, Robert McNamara. Good to see you, Robert. Thanks for joining us.
Good to see you, Brent. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I couldn't get PFLAG out to begin with, but I just said it correctly this time. I wanted to make sure that people understood what that is. They've sort of helped get this going, and I'm going to give you a chance to talk about that. But I wanted to say first, so back years ago when I was on the National Pride Board, we often wondered how long it would take, for some of the surrounding counties and surrounding cities to build up their prides. And we saw Murfreesboro, now we're seeing you guys. It's just such an awesome thing to see. But I wanted to know, how did PFLAG Franklin sort of morph into the idea, or get the idea, and now have you here today turn into a Franklin Pride?
Yeah, so PFLAG Franklin, I joined the board and we discussed the possibility of teaming up with Nashville Pride just to have a sanctioned event in Williamson County, just so that we could say, we're Williamson proud or Franklin proud. So I approached the board, and at the time they were extremely busy. They were going through the whole board was changing, and a new president and such, so they didn't have time. So then we reached out to Chris Sanders at TEP, who was very encouraging and became our first partner, presenting partner, and they had a little bit of capital for us to get started. So we took it from there and planned our first event, which was to happen last summer, which of course got canceled due to COVID.
Yeah, and TEP, they were a big driving force in Murfreesboro Pride, and of course Chris Sanders is a longtime guest on the show. We love when he's here. So you went to the right people. You're in good hands, and of course that first year, as you say, got canceled, but now you had another year to sort of plan and get ready for this year. So I was curious, who do we have to thank, sponsor-wise, besides Chris, that maybe helped get this off the ground and pay for it, basically? Sponsors, organizers, anybody you want to thank?
Yes, there's plenty of sponsors. We've had a tremendous outpouring once the story broke. Rebecca Fisher, Associates, is an attorney here in Franklin. She was our first, except Chris Sanders was our first, but she was one of the first supporters in a big way. We have other supporters, green level supporters. Music City Prep Clinic is a very big supporter of us as well. They've helped us in more than just financially. They'll help us with supplying an MC for the program. We do have a new surprise. Our latest corporate sponsor is Tractor Supply, has committed to being a corporate sponsor, and I believe this is their first Pride event, as well as Williamson County. So.
That is fantastic news. I know you told me you had a surprise announcement for me, but I was not expecting to hear that. I love to hear that Tractor Supply is on board. Believe it or not, it is one of my favorite stores. I love to buy hats and dog food there. I don't know why, but anyway, I'm glad to see that they are on board. How did that come about?
Through the chamber, the LGBTQ chamber, through contacts that, I've been going to their brewing up business and met up with one of the people that is the word escapes me now, but works for them, Tractor Supply is their client. Mm-hmm. And so they push them to do that. And as I understand, they have a new CEO and new staff, and they're looking forward to becoming much more open to all communities.
That is fantastic news. And I know we've talked a lot about it already, and I was kind of wanting to save this closer toward the end. We've got a couple minutes left. Tell people when they need to save the date, because they may not realize that, with all the changes in dates and moving of National Pride and with COVID, when can people, what dates do people need to block off on their calendar tonight?
July 31st. Saturday, July 31st is Pride. The Friday night we more than likely will have a social gathering Friday night, but the actual event is Saturday, July 31st.
So Saturday, July 31st, save that date right now, mark it on your calendar, the very first Franklin Pride. And so what's the best way? I think I know the answer to this. It's usually the website, but I want to give you a chance to mention it and say it. What's the best way for people to find out more? And if they are interested in becoming a sponsor or a vendor, how might they go about that?
Okay, all that is on our website at www.franklinpridetn.com. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the donate and application button, and that'll take you, if you want to become a sponsor, that'll be on there as well, or the different nonprofit applications, or there's going to be a craft fair as well. So if you're a craft artist, please check that out, and we'd love to have you join us.
Well, and I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit because I know we've only got 30 seconds left. Are you able to tell us any entertainment info just yet, or are you kind of holding that close until we get a little closer to the event?
We'll release that later, but thank you very much. We do have Veronica Electronica will be doing a drag queen story hour that will open us up, and then we'll announce everything else.
Well, fantastic. You know, I love a surprise, and we're definitely going to have you back on. I think we're planning an entire show dedicated to Pride again this year, so we'll definitely want to talk to you and to the Murfreesboro Pride and Nashville Pride folks. So we'll be seeing you again very soon, likely before the event again. But I'm afraid that is all the time we have tonight together. But you can always follow us on your favorite social channels for breaking news and entertainment, or watch shows, clips of the show anytime at outandabouttoday.com. Good night.